We are out here with Mr. Keith Taylor right there, and we're going to ask you quick questions. That's good? So, first question is, how has your life changed since you were diagnosed with diabetes?
A lot, a whole lot. I'm the type of person that once I set my mind to something, I try not to think about the changes. But I remember, and I still go through thinking a lot about how am I going to manage all these things I've never done before. There's the cooking. I've said to friends that'll listen that to me, it's almost like cooking. I'm 57 years old, so it's almost like cooking in the 60s again. Actually, even before the 60s. Mm-hmm. There's a lot more food preparation. There's a lot more spoilage with fresh food processing and monitoring. There's a lot more time, cleanup, messes. I was the type of person to throw something in the microwave before, so even though I had some basic cooking skills, I've had to go to cooking classes online. I've had to teach myself to cook.
It's been a dramatic kind of change to that real kind of skill level.
It's just been overwhelming. Just the labor that's involved in just eating, not to mention the constant monitoring, because I'm not on medication. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to treat my diabetes through exercise and diet. And to do that, you have to be very careful about what you eat, how you eat, when you eat, what you do after you eat, what you do before you eat. It's a constant obsession, and it's not fun, but it's better than the alternative. And I think I've seen enough of that in my family to know what the alternative is.
Okay, thank you. All right, next we have, how did you respond to the news of being diagnosed?
I think at first I was angry. I was mad, sad, scared, depressed, still a little depressed. If I walk through those emotions, I was mad because I lost my mother to diabetes. I lost my grandmother to diabetes. I lost my granduncle to diabetes. My uncle had it, but he didn't die from complications of it. The others died from complications of it. And I had seen enough throughout my life to try to be cautious and to try to... I tried very hard not to allow this to happen to me. So one, I was shocked that it happened, and two, I couldn't figure out how. I'm not a person that eats a lot of sugars. I'm not a person that does some of the typical things that I grew up with people that gave them diabetes.
It was a real wake-up call.
Well, it was more than a wake-up call, because it was, like I said, it was a shock. I just had no idea it was coming. I've always been afraid that I might get it. But I didn't. I ate sugar substitutes. I took sugar-free coffee, creamer. I took fat-free this, fat-free that. All the things that I thought would give me an edge about when I would get it or to help me never get it. So, and having done all that, to find out that I had it, I was just devastated. I was afraid also because I didn't know how well I would be able to do with it. There's a lot of needles and ultimately, I guess, if you have to go on insulin, there's a lot of needles involved. You have to give yourself I hate injections. You get terrible mood swings, and I was afraid for myself and for my family and my ability to continue my role in the family life and also my role as a parent.
Mm-hmm. And there are all these kind of just thoughts that all came at once of like what people portray diabetes as, like images that go with it, like they all just came to your mind.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of images. One is
like you said,
ultimately
then-
dying.
Yeah.
The other one is a lot of people just lose parts of their body, sometimes annually, like a toe this year, a
Yeah.
finger in the next year, a leg one year. And having grown up with that and seen it, it's, you know, I'm already thinking like, how am I going to get along with one? How am I going to get around with one foot or one leg, or just playing all these different scenarios that to try to survive and try to prepare for the worst.
All right. Thank you.